Hey everyone, it's Wobby back with another edition of the Pick Six inside the field house at the Vikings' new practice facility. Still getting a few things done in the new studio, so we're going to set up shop right here. Let's get to work. Question number one comes from Keith. I know we have a QB issue and we need to get it right. However, it seems like paying all that money would do more harm than good for the rest of the team. Well, here's the thing, Keith. It's worth spending big time money at the quarterback position. It looks like the Vikings will be one of those teams who reaches into free agency for a quarterback. So whoever it ends up being, it's worth it to get it right. It's the most important position in the game. Secondly, remember, the Vikings have planned for this offseason for many years. They are in shape cap-wise to do this. They've extended core members of the defense, and they have plans to extend core members of the team in the future. Regardless of what they do at quarterback, the Vikings are going to be in good shape in the near term and the long term. Question number two comes from Tim. How much better is our offense with Dalvin Cook? Given your opinion on that question, how does that impact your decision to secure a quarterback? Well, I think the Vikings offense is more explosive with Dalvin Cook in the lineup. We have 3.5 games of tape to prove that, but in those 3.5 games, Dalvin Cook looked pretty good. Now, Jerick McKinnon and Latavius Murray did a good job picking up the slack when Cook was out, but this offense will be better when Cook is healthy and playing. I don't think that reality changes anything about the decision to go get a quarterback. Quarterbacks, remember, they can cover up flaws if you have a good one under center, so no matter what else you have on the roster, you got to get the QB spot right. The third question comes from William. Have we tried to sign any of our players back who are going to be free agents? Well, you're going to hear more news about that in the coming days. A lot of teams get those contracts done right before free agency starts. This year, free agency starts on March 14th. That's Wednesday. Terrence Newman, Tom Johnson, Shamar Stephen, Kai Forbath, all guys who could be back for the Vikings next season, even though they're scheduled to be free agents in a couple days. Our next question comes from Nicholas. Do you think Ndamukong Suh is a player worth pursuing, or do you think he's a bad fit? I think Ndamukong Suh is a good fit on any team. He's a great player and he's still playing really well. Rumors are the Dolphins may cut ties with him, but he's going to cost a pretty penny, so not every team can be in the market for Suh. Dennis has the next question. I know everybody's got their mind on the QB, but what are the Vikings going for in the draft? Who are they looking at? The draft. The best way to build your roster is through the draft. We'll know a little bit more about what the Vikings may be looking at in the draft based on how they behave during free agency. We're still too soon, though, to speculate on what positions the Vikings will address. One thing to keep in mind, we don't have many holes on this roster. A lot of starters coming back, so the draft may be about depth. The final question comes from Terry in Hibbing. Do you think the new training facility will attract free agents? Yes, absolutely, 100% it will. It won't be the be-all, end-all of a free agent's decision. But these guys, free agents, they're choosing where they get to play, sometimes for the first time in their career. So everything matters to them, especially the place where they will be spending most of their awake time. Their workplace really matters to them. The Vikings have a beautiful new home, and any free agent who comes in here to take a look at it is going to be impressed. That's it for this week's edition of the Pick Six. Thank you for joining us, and remember, we'll be back next week. So please submit your questions into the email address at the bottom of the screen, and please stay tuned to Vikings.com all week. We are your source to stay current on what's happening with your favorite team. Free agency starts on Wednesday, so it's going to be a busy week. See you later.